Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Today we are working on the C4. It's kind of a cold, wet, snowy day here in Utah, but hopefully it's warm where you're at. In today's video, guys, we are going to be replacing this valve cover emblem because as you can see, this one is cooked and we have a nice new fresh one to take its place. Now, bear with me here, guys, because I know you're probably thinking that this process is pretty straightforward and not technical at all. And there's not much to see here, but there's not a lot of content out there on the interwebs about this, and I am going to share some important things to know if you are going to tackle this on your C4. Also, be sure and stick around until the end of the video because I have something cool I really want to show you guys. I'm thinking that the Old Emblem will be easier to take off if the valve cover is warm, so I'm going to start the car and let it warm up. And then I will also move it towards the middle of the garage so I have more room to work. So here's a cold start on a 1989 C4 Corvette. All right, the car should be warm enough, so I'm going to shut it off and let's get started. When I first got this car, I replaced the emblems on the hood and the fuel door. Some of you OG subscribers may remember that, but for some reason I just never got to this one, so I'm glad we are gonna tackle this today. All right, so to get the old emblem off, I'm just hoping that I can use this body panel tool to pry up and get it off. I definitely think that the valve cover being hot made this a lot easier, so FYI. And now the fun part of cleaning off the old adhesive begins. I am going to use some Goo Gone as well as some Chemical Guys cleaner. Okay guys, I got all of the old adhesive and residue off. Check it out. I think that this is as good as I'm going to get it. As you can see, the valve cover is discolored in that space, and I just think it's from the adhesive being on there for 32 years and the engine heating up and cooling down repeatedly over that time frame. So it kind of is what it is, and obviously it's not a big deal because a new emblem is going on anyway. So the surface is clean though. You guys saw me scrape it and then wipe it down, so I think we're ready for the new emblem. As you saw, I started to scrape the surface with this body panel tool and that didn't work at all, but this plastic razor blade worked awesome. So if you have one of these, I highly recommend using it. Obviously it's kind of a tight space, but this really worked well. Okay guys, there's a few things I want to mention before we install the new emblem. This process applies to 85 to 91 C4s. So basically any C4 with an L98 engine. And while this process applies to 85 to 91 C4s, this emblem that I'm going to install is only for 85 to 90 C4s. The color scheme that came on the emblem on 91 model years is a little bit different, and here's a picture of what that looks like. So basically the only difference is the bow tie on the 91 emblem is red with a black background, and the bow tie on the 85 to 90 emblem is gold with a red background. Now this emblem for 85 to 90 C4s will work on a 91 C4, but if you are more of a purist and want to keep things as original as possible, you're going to want to find the emblem for the 91 model C4. Based on the research I did online, the 91 emblem is really hard to find. You can't find the 91 emblem new anywhere, so your best bet is to try and find a used one, but they're so rare that that might be a little difficult. Anyway, just FYI, obviously the differences are subtle and not a big deal, but I just wanted to let you guys know about that. So I got this particular emblem from eBay for about 35 bucks, and according to the seller, it is a GM licensed product. The new emblem does come with new adhesive on the back, and another thing I want to point out is this little notch on the back of the emblem. So the notch is for this little raised piece inside the emblem space, and that allows you to put the emblem on straight. This is something I was curious about as I was thinking about this process. I didn't know if I just had to eyeball it or if there was some sort of component in place to help you get the emblem straight. All right, without further ado, let's get the new emblem on. All right, you guys, the new emblem is on and it looks really, really good. Here's a look at the old one again. And as you can see, that's just a huge improvement. It's definitely the little things that make a big difference. If you guys have any questions or comments about the emblem or this process, definitely go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. And before I let you guys go, I just wanted to quickly show you these C4 Corvette sales brochures that my buddy Carl got me for Christmas. Carl has been on the channel a couple of times, and I just wanted to give him a big shout out and thank you for getting me these. So we have an 86 sales brochure, 87, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, and a 98 for a C5 Corvette. Ever since I got these from Carl, I've been looking through them, and I just wanted to share a few things that stood out to me in the 89 sales brochure as well as the 87. As you guys can imagine, I'm a little biased towards the 89 model year, but these brochures are awesome. They have tons of cool pictures and a lot of good information about the C4. Look at that. There's a really cool picture of the digital dash and the cockpit. In 1989, the C4 Corvette did 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. That's really freaking good for a car made in 1989. So as you can see, there's an asterisk right there. So if we go down here, it says, Corvette coupe with 6-speed manual transmission, results achieved on GM test track by professional drivers. I'm sure at one point I looked up and knew this time, but I don't remember it being that fast. Here we have a picture of a vert. So if we look at the color options in 1989, one of them is dark blue metallic, which is what my car is. And as you can see, the sales brochure lists the color as dark blue metallic. And on my original window sticker that I got, the color is dark blue metallic. But if we look at my build sheet, the color is black sapphire metallic. So that's interesting, and I've actually been called out on the channel in the comments a couple times for not using the black sapphire metallic terminology. But I didn't know about this when I first bought the car, and even after I learned about it, I continued to use the dark blue metallic terminology just so I wouldn't throw anyone off. And I guess I'm just pointing this out to say it doesn't matter which name you use, they're both right, as you can see from this documentation that came from GM. Sorry for the glare, guys, but each of the brochures comes with a technical data sheet that shows detailed information for the engine, transmission, suspension, etc. And I think this stuff is really cool. On this optional equipment page, you can see over here exactly what came in the Z51 package in 1989. And if we jump over to the 1987 brochure, they have listed a Z52 handling package, which I had never heard of before looking at this brochure. From what I understand, this package was only available in 1987 and 1988, but maybe you guys can confirm in the comments below. Anyway, this is really fun stuff. If you guys have anything you want me to look up, let me know. The 89 brochure is my favorite for obvious reasons, but I think my next favorite is the 1990 brochure, because that's when we got the King of the Hill. One thing I want to know is how many of you guys are ZR1 owners? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. That is going to do it for this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Another big thanks to Carl for getting me those brochures. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and perhaps learned something new. If you did, please smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one.